Hi there guys, I hope you have had a good day. Now, Conor Benn has been added to the Dillian Whyte vs Alexander Povetkin 2 fight, and he will be fighting Sebastian Formella. And ultimately, Formella is 22-1, and his only defeat as a professional came against Shawn Porter, and he went the distance with him as well. And so, this is a solid step up for Conor Benn, and big respect to him for taking this fight against someone who is more experienced, and considering how raw Conor Benn is at the moment. But this fight between him and Sebastian Formella will definitely be a big step up and an interesting fight as well to see where Conor Benn is. That is what this fight is all about, to gauge where he is currently in his career. And if you couple that with the fact that Conor Benn has been out of the ring and inactive for 12 months, 1 year, I mean, this is a big fight to be coming back in. You would think that he'd fight a lower level opposition, then go into a fight like this, but no, he's going straight for this opponent. So you have to respect Conor Benn for taking this kind of fight, because in that fight with Shawn Porter, Sebastian Formella was controlled, he was dominated for majority of the fight, but he went the 12 rounds and he had some moments in there. He didn't look completely out of place. I mean, Shawn Porter was clearly the better operator, but ultimately Sebastian Formella did give a good account of himself, especially considering he's now fighting a novice like Conor Benn. So you can see the experience level and the gulf between that in this fight, and Conor Benn is going to have to raise the bar considerably when he gets in there with Sebastian Formella. Now, obviously, this fight is to see where Conor Benn is, to see if we can get the best out of him, because ultimately, he's been in there with opponents that he has been knocking out quite recently, so he looks devastating and powerful, but when he's in there with someone who is durable, because Formella has proven that against Shawn Porter going 12, not many fighters will go 12 with Shawn Porter if they do not have durability, because that guy just keeps coming all night. And it's not about the punching power of Shawn Porter, it's about his relentlessness. That is what stops guys, that is what gets to them eventually. And Formella went 12 with him, so Conor Benn, imagine if he can stop him. What an incredible statement that would be. The important thing in this fight though, is that Conor Benn gets the victory. It's a big step up. He cannot go in there expecting to just blow this guy away, like many other opponents he has faced. This is a difficult fight, and it certainly is a high risk, high reward kind of fight. It's a big step up from his last opponent, and hopefully Conor Benn is ready. But I guess that's what we are going to see. That is the whole point of this fight. Is Conor Benn ready? And can they draw out the best of him in this fight? That is the reason why he has taken such a big fight, especially considering he's been inactive for a year. I mean, at the moment, Conor Benn's record stands at 16-0 with 11 knockouts, but ultimately that is a certain level of opponents. So considering he's so raw, and I mean, he doesn't have an extensive amateur career, he's doing a lot of his learning in the pro game, which is fine, but ultimately he has to have more fights when you consider that. So when you would think that around 20-0 or 22-0, you'd think that, okay, go for a world title eliminator. Conor Benn is not going to be ready for that. I mean, he might be, but ultimately he needs these kind of learning fights to get to that point. So provided he does come through Sebastian Formella, it's not about going to the next level then, it's about fighting more guys like him. I know that sounds crazy because you want to move him on, but he needs those learning fights. Otherwise, he's going to get to a certain point where he doesn't have the experience to hack it at that kind of level, which he will definitely need. So Formella, then similar guys to him, then step up the level. There is no problem with Conor Benn becoming 25-0 before looking to go for any world title eliminators, or even fighting someone within the top 20 in the welterweight division, because he's so inexperienced and he does have time. He's only 23, so his whole boxing career is in front of him. He's got a huge career ahead of him as long as he stays on the right track and has the right learning fights, like this one will be for Conor Benn. Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.